In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, during the sacred month of Ramadan, we highlighted the Muhammad family, capturing their daily devotion, challenges, and joy.
Ramadan is a month of fasting where the Prophet, the Holy Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad.
Ramadan is a fast done by the Muslims, and we do it once a year for 30 days. It is to cleanse your mind as well as your body, and it's also what it really consists of is you not eating or drinking during daylight hours. You can eat before the sun rises, and you can eat after the sun sets.
We have was two benefits of Ramadan. One is health benefits, and the other is the spiritual. And the spiritual side is we're hoping to get closer to Allah, being able to be more humble, have more empathy for people that don't have what we have, being grateful for what Allah has given us, for the revealing of the word to the prophet, and that we now have it here in North America through the Honorable Myshell Muhammad.
I would like to say Ramadan is a time of happiness for me. And I would say happiness because it's a time where you get to receive your blessings and, you get to fast, you get to get a little skinny, you know. You get to catch up on your readings, the teachings, read the Quran, read Message to the Black Man, get better up on, your prayers.
For me, on a personal level, Ramadan is a time where I can reflect. It's a time to bring me closer to Allah, a time to read the Quran. It's a time for, like self-improvement and trying to better myself, I think, on all levels.
Personally, Ramadan is kind of like a time where you really get to reflect, on a personal level, and because you're supposed to, during Ramadan, you're supposed to not engage in any type of argument or, you're supposed to be trying to do better the whole time, better towards people and better towards yourself. So on a personal level, you're always constantly trying to be better during Ramadan, and hopefully you carry that through the rest of the year.
As the month unfolds, parents take on a special role, guiding the next generation to understand the patience and the meaning behind fasting.
Made sure they ate breakfast, they had lunch, dinner, but there was no snacking because I wanted them to feel it a little bit. Most kids like to eat all day, but that's how I introduced it to them. I just kind of shut the kitchen off at certain times of the day where they just wasn't in and out of the kitchen all day, snacking and stuff. So that's how I did introduce them and get them started.
When they get to around the age of 10, I think I'm gonna kind of stop them from snacking throughout the day, breakfast, lunch, and then dinner, cut back on juice. And then, also get them started early with, reading Message to the Black Man and reading the Quran and getting them on their prayers and learning how to recite the prayers on their own.
I think when we first started with the children, I explained it, to them. But then as they got older, I kind of wanted to be, I think when they were little, it was more about just fasting. And that's kind of just all that I did for a moment. And then I felt like as they got older and as I grew in my faith, I wanted it to be more than just about not eating during the daylight hours. So we incorporated prayer together as a family.
When they were very young, your children always like to do whatever it is that their parents are doing. And we introduced Ramadan to them at a young age, just kind of having fun with them. They could fast, for however long that they were able to. We didn't force them to do it. And we taught them how to fast, what they needed to do. We'd get them up early in the morning to have breakfast. And my little thing with them was to say, you could have whatever you want for breakfast, whatever, treat that they wanted. Then I would make sure they had that breakfast, and then they would go during the day, and we'd have iftar at night.
Yet, with every day of devotion comes its tests, moments of hunger, fatigue, and perseverance that shape the true spirit of Ramadan.
I would say the most challenging part is going to be the not drinking. Because, okay, not eating, that's cool. Like, you know, that's fine. But, like, drink, like, have you ever had cotton mouth? I got cotton mouth right now. Can't take no sip of water, no peppermint, no gum.
You know, you always got that little whisper in your mind, like, ooh, go ahead and eat that, you know, and my mind, no, don't do it. Be strong, be strong.
The most challenging part is more a mind over matter. Just the fact knowing that when you're fasting, that man, well, you know, I can't drink this water, I can't drink this juice, or you know, whatever. That's the most challenging part. Just getting your mindset, you know, where you just can't, you know, like I said, if you just want to drink a glass of water, it may be hot or something outside. You're like, I want to drink a glass of water, but you know, you fasting, so it's mind over matter though, because when you know, if you've been on Ramadan enough, this is really not a big deal.
It's extremely hot here in Georgia in August, and we may not eat until 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So that's been the hardest for me.
For me, I like to sleep. So I think getting up, especially if it's on the weekend and you know I don't have to work, so getting up during the day, getting up early.
And even on the hardest days, the family's energy keeps spirits high, sharing laughter, words of encouragement, and small moments of joy that make the journey lighter.
In the past, I know we have done in our family group meetings, we have shared like inspirational messages to kind of help each other get through the day.
Well, we joke a lot in our family. So I think we'd be like, I'm so hungry. And then we'd be like, come on, man. Like, you could do this in your sleep. I'm like, come on, you know, like, or the last day of Ramadan. You know, today might be the last day of Ramadan, but what that mean? I say we go another week. You know, like we all uplift each other, we support each other. We'd be like, nah, you got this. Like, don't you take no sip of water. Don't you take no sip of water. Like, you got it. I know your mouth is dry, but you got it. I know your stomach is in your back, but you got it.
Beyond the physical fast, Ramadan becomes a mirror, inspiring everyone to slow down, reflect, and reconnect with what truly matters.
I can say that I reflect on the Ramadan before and see what did I not accomplish, or, you know, like how good or how bad that I did, and I try to, you know, do better on the next Ramadan, the current Ramadan anyways.
I think it's always like, I don't know, you're like in a different spirit or in a different way during Ramadan. So I am always mindful of my actions, things that I'm saying, things that I'm doing, and like reminding myself like, hey, it's Ramadan, so, you know, watch your mouth, or, you know, you remember you're trying to do this or you're trying to do that. Like constantly reminding myself of my goals and what I'm trying to achieve for the month.
It's important because, like, it's broken down to like 3 sections: mercy, forgiveness, and protection.
But it gives me the time to reflect, time for me to slow down and reflect on Islam and what Islam has done for me.
With every shared moment of laughter and prayer, Ramadan becomes a celebration of faith, family, and love.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Wanda Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.